Good morning. I'm going to make egg roll for lunch and I'd like to show you how I do that. But it will be a long process and I might have to make multiple videos. I don't know if I'll record the whole process or if I have to make multiple videos to record the whole things. But while I'm making the egg rolls, we will chat as well. Let's get started. First, let's clean up my workstation here. I don't have a large counter, so I'm going to put my kids' containers away. That's the lunch containers. I like to air dry it. And put them away.
What? Just kidding.
I like to keep all those bowls and containers that I use for them for taking lunch snacks to school together.
That girl over there, the girl who has 18 pluses, can you sing a song, please? No. Sing the song.
There are water bottles as well.
Sing the song. Sing the song. Hi. I got it. Mine.
And those rubbers came with their lunch containers, but after a while they start falling off of it and I just kept them out. But the containers still keep their food warm, so I just left them out. I have 4 pounds of ground beef here. I took them out early this morning, so they are thawing. But I think before I start that, let's start on the flour. First, what I will do, I'm going to make a big batch. So I'm going to get my bowls here. And I'm going to measure about 3 cups of water and just put in the microwave. I like to start with warm water. So this is 2 cups bowl. So I'm going to get half of that to make it 3 cups. And I'll just warm it up for about a minute. And while that is working, let's go get our flour. Well, my flour is low. We purchased this popcorn this month. We have not even opened it yet, but we like to make popcorn from the kernel, and it's cheaper that way. So we are out of it and we purchased it this month. So I'm out of flour here. Let's get flour from. And for this month, I believe I purchased 5, probably 6 bags. So I already used 1, and let me show you. And that's just my linen closet that I repurposed. I kept 3 shelves for the kids to use for their school items, and I used the top to store some of my staples. So our water has been there for a minute. I think it will be warm. And now the water doesn't need to be hot. Sometimes I like to take flowers out of this, open it up, and let the kids use it to do their colorings. Sometimes I just toss it. So now that I have my flour, and by the way, that's whole wheat. I think it's called Wheat Berries that I soak overnight, and I will put it on the stove to cook it. So I think I'm going to work next. I just want to start the dough so that it can loosen up. So I have those baby blankets that I'm proposing. The kids like to use it for their table, and I like to use it for my workstation as well. And I have my big box. If I see the links, I'll put in the description.
That's 15 minuses.
And it's Anchor, the box. I don't know. It's 4 quarts. 4 quart size. So I'm going to get 8 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can add salt if you want, but I'm not going to. In fact, before I close this, let me get flour here. I'll get about 1 cup of flour. I will need it. And this one I can just put on this side just in case I need more.
Let's just practice. How is this? As students, we're going to learn how to use. Wait! How is this here?
We have our water here.
Just come here.
Let me just wash my hand a little bit here. And then we can start working on it. So that's 8 cups of flour, 3 cups of water, warm water. Good job, children. So if you want half batch, in fact this is triple batch, but half this size will be 4 cups of flour and 1.5 cups of water. And sometimes, because I don't weigh my flour, it might seem dry. It may not be enough water, and I'll just add a little water. I don't want it too hard, and I don't want it too soft. And right now I can say that it is on the dry side, and I can add a little water to it. In fact, to add a little water, maybe I should measure it that way. So I'm using 1/4 cup here. And sometimes when I'm light on the flour, it works just fine. But I've been making it for a while now that I can just know if I need more water or not. And usually it's not a lot of water. Jaden, can you tell your sister not to scream? Thank you. I have another 1/4 cup, and I don't think I will use it all. So it's pretty much, I have to add 1/4 cup and 1/8 cup of water. Angelique,
Yes?
that's a lot of noise there. Can you keep it down? Thank you. And that's the right consistency. And I don't need to knead it much. I just want to make sure everything is well together. And I'm going to put on the counter so that I can work on that. And I think that's pretty much it. Gabriel, voice down.
Then we have to do this.
Now we are going to let it sit here, and I will start on the meat. See if I can get this flour out of my hand here. I like to call it egg roll. My kids like to call it wrap, so it became the name I have for my recipe. We call it wrap. A lot of times I go by my kids to name my foods. So we are going to call it wrap. You can make those meals that your family likes to eat at the restaurant yourself. That way you control the ingredients. In the past, when we go to restaurants, I noticed that my husband likes those appetizers. And I just learn it to make it myself. And before, I used to buy the wrapper from Asian stores to use. Jaden, come here. What happened?
It's toy broke.
Did you toss it?
No.
Did you toss it? Yeah, well, Jaden, you know you're not supposed to toss toys, right?
No.
You don't throw them in. What happened?
You don't throw the toy.
Okay, so Jaden, I'm recording. You know that, right? So you are going to lower your voice. And Angelique, you need to be nice to your father. So yeah, it's good. So I used to buy the wrapper to make them, and later I learned to make the wrapper myself. So pretty much my recipe is what is used, or is close to, I think I should drink this. It's close to samosa. Samosa, I believe is called a recipe, but samosa might be thinner, and I like to put meat in mine, and I don't fold it like samosas. So that's how I cook my meal. I like to pretty much turn other recipes to something that I like. And I've been making it for a while, and my family loves it. They like it. And each time we buy Chinese food, I'm talking about the past, my husband will ask for their egg rolls. So that's something he likes, and that's how, you know, I try to make it at home myself. And that's an appetizer that I'm making as a lunch. so it's going to take a lot longer, but it's not something you can make during the week if you have to work outside of the house. So I like to make those meals during the weekend or a day that I'm at home. And as I'm cooking, I like to clean my dirty dishes so that I don't have dirty dishes in the sink or on my table. In fact, this one I might even have to use a little. So let's get inside of the red first. And that's my berry, my wheat berry, and I'll make the porridge so that I can have it in the fridge for the week, for breakfast in the morning for the kids and myself. And to that I think I'll boil it for about an hour and a half, and that'll be ready. And the way we eat it, we add sugar to it if I don't add it when on the stove. And when I'm ready to warm it up in the microwave, in fact I'll warm it up, I'll scoop it to the bowl, warm it up in the microwave, and add chopped apple and roasted peanuts.
You could do it. You could do it. I believe in you, Sonny. Thanks, Mommy. Okay, guys. So we are going to do system stop. What? Oh, yeah. It's a voice thing. You'll be.
So we have roasted peanuts and sorted. That's what we like to use. And we'll add apples to it. We have a lot of apples in the fridge.
It was awesome.
So I'm going to put these probably on this stove here. And I'm going to start working on the meat as well.
I remember the time that. You need to do your leg with this. I can't do that. I did it.
And I have a lot of meat out because I don't want to run out.
Whoa, that's easy. Then you put your hand back to breakfast and you push yourself in. Let's go. I thought you did this. Not wait.
The vegetables that will go in the meat may not be a lot. So first I'm going to close my porridge. I don't want her mixing it. Meat is expensive. If you can buy it on sale and stock up, it'll help. That will help you save on groceries. So that's what I like to do. But this one came from a family farm, but it's still affordable. It's about $1 a pound. I don't like to deal with raw meat that will be bleeding all around. So I will need to do some cleaning here. And I think I should be putting the bag in the trash right away. I don't even know what they put in the bag though. There are some that we got in the past that were they are wrapped in plastic and then in paper. This one is right in the plastic. Each time the meat is stored, I will find it bleeding out of the bag. So pretty much what I'm doing, don't know if you can see it, but I'm just using a knife to cut the bag and get the meat out. don't know if you can see, but that's how I'm doing it. So I'm not trying to open the bag at the top. I'm just cutting it lengthwise and take the meat out. And I'm going to put the bag in the trash.
I'm going to come back. No! Get it back!
And we are going to wash this. Gabriella. Do you want to go take it now? Okay, so you stop it. Did you hear me? Yeah, don't make your brother cry. Because they are running, I'm just going to use my hand to wash those things.
Thank you.
Why are you making noise when you know that I'm recording?
I forgot. I thought you gave me to.
You forgot? Now that I remind you, keep that in mind.
Want to play with me? It's because I do not sell that. Mommy, can I have my apple?
Yes, you can go get it.
What is that? I gave my apple.
Did I tell you that before?
Yeah, but are you really
So I'm going to just wash my dishes here and make sure I wash the sink. And we just use my light soap to wash dishes, to shower. Oh my gosh, the type of soap you use at home.
Okay, watch. Now let's get around like this. Let's do it. Get around.
Now that we got that out of the way, just wash this as well. We'll go in the basement to go get vegetables for our meat. The meantime, our dough is resting here. Let's see if I can get some of this blood off of my stove here. Qui est en train de lancer le jouet? Qui est en train de lancer le jouet? Ne lancez pas encore là-bas. Vous m'avez entendu? Vous m'avez entendu? My kids are home. So they have been very noisy. I apologize for that.
No money in class.
Angelique, you can play, but you have to play quietly. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Okay. Gabrielle, did you hear me? You have been loud. You are very loud, so you need to keep the noise down. We can get this and start breaking up our meat. The ground beef is very lean. I will have to put some oil in it. So when we go in the basement to get our vegetables, I will get that as well. Don't keep vegetables in my fridge. They stay in my freezer so that I don't waste them. So, and I don't buy vegetables in winter time. I stock up on my vegetables during summertime. So this freezer is just for vegetables. So here I have green beans leaves. So I don't know if you know about green beans. You can eat the leaves. So while I'm growing the green beans, I'm harvesting those. I'll harvest the leaves as well. We have some paper here. I don't think I'll need that, but I have onion here. So I can find sorrel. I will add it to it. And my freezer is organized in a way that I have garlic mustard. Because the meat is not going to cook for long, I'm looking for a greens that will cook very quickly. And the way I organize this freezer, that's a small freezer. The way I like to organize it is just throughout the season, when I buy vegetables on sale or I harvest it from the garden, I'll just prep it and put it in the bag and freeze it. At the end of the season, I'll take everything out and then I'll organize them by vegetables. And I'll go on and then just lay them down. Every 2 rows will have, you know, every type of vegetables. If a vegetable is not enough, then I might just skip some rows. Otherwise, I'll do it like that so that I don't have to dig all the way down looking for something. Every 2 rows I should have every type of vegetables that I need. And if I'm using more than one type more than the other, then I know that I need to use more of the one that I'm not using. And as you can see, that's corn showing up there. And then I have some greens here and some broccoli. So that's the way I'll organize this small freezer so that I have every vegetables for my cooking in every 2 rows. So pretty much all we'll need is sorrel and onion. And my jars, I use them a lot, not just for canning, for storing food as well. And that's just the way that I like it to dry, air dry. There is a birthday coming. I'll show you I have a shrimp in the fridge to thaw. But I'm going to fry, so I'm going to fry fries. And we have nuggets here, that'll go in here as well. We have ice cream, and we have a leftover cake from another birthday. That's a big cake. Don't know if you can see the price. It's upside down, but it's $14.99, and the original price, in fact, we saved $14.99 as well, so it was half the price. And it was a big cake. We didn't finish it. It couldn't even fit my fridge, so I put it here. And there is a birthday coming for an adult, and that's what we are going to use. And that person wants nuggets. My kids don't care much for nuggets, so I don't like to make it a habit to fry often. But since that's what the person wants, we are going to have nuggets. And I can show you my meat freezer in case I have not show it yet. And this freezer is just for meat. In fact, I should turn the lights on here. It's just for meat. Sometimes other things will find their way in. But in those bags, for example, I have bones and some vegetables from the garden that I will use for broth. Other than that, I have my meats here, just meats. And that's how I stock up on meat for winter, pretty much for year around, so that I don't have to pay full price for meat. And I have I don't know if you noticed it, but where I took the fries from is another, where I show you the nugget is another freezer. So you can see, it's a little bit dark, but you can see the right side is the vegetable freezer, and the one straight ahead is where the fries and the cakes are. So I have my vegetables, I have my oil. Let's go check on that meat. And before I forget, I can show you the shrimp.
I barely upside down. What
that's the shrimp here. I will broil it and fry. So I just have it here to thaw. And we have apples. That was on sale and we stock up. So let's put some ingredients in here. And this is start boiling already. So to avoid it boiling down, I will decrease a little bit. And I can just add some oil to this. I'm not going to measure it. And we are just going to break it down. And the reason why I start working on the meat is because I want that to cool down by the time I'm putting it in the wrapper. But it doesn't have to be. It's just easier if it's a little bit on the cold side. It's just warm, not hot. So I'm going to crank it up. Add some salt to it. I'm just going to let it cook. And that's 8 quarts part. So it's just want to have room to work with. And those are the 2 parts that I use. I can put the link in the description as well. That's 6 quarts and that's 8 quarts. I have smaller size, but my mom used it for her cooking, so I just let her have it. If you are looking for parts for your cooking, I would recommend cast irons. I have cast irons. I just like to store them here. Sometimes I'll have one here, and I make a lot of things from those cast iron. And by the way, I'll be putting them to work today for our egg rolls, because we'll fry it quickly and then finish it up in the oven. Oh, stop. When I'm talking about frying, I need to go get oil from the freezer. And I don't know if I have one here. No, I don't. So I need to go get it. If you are looking to buy freezer, I would suggest you buy just freezer if you don't have problem with venting and looking for things in your freezer. But don't buy, in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary to buy a long freezer. The medium is good, the smaller one is fine, but the smaller one may not have light. So the medium will have light, which works. And when I fry, the oil is not burnt. I will just let it cool a little bit and put it in my jar and freeze it. So I'm just going to have some here. I need to get them out to give them time to thaw. They are just peanut oil. Probably need this to carry them out. So I think I will just those 2 will work just fine. And that's the freezer that I was talking about. That's those type of things that I like to store in this freezer. Processed food, ice cream, cake, bread, fat, excess vegetables, and sometimes excess meat. And I do have meat here as well. I can turn my lights off here and get my fat. And it's just peanut oil. It's peanut oil that I use, and I just have them here. And sometimes I can even fry with extra virgin olive oil. The way I fry the egg roll, when I just have extra virgin olive oil, that's all I will use, because I fry it very quickly so it doesn't burn or anything like that. I'm going to charge my camera here. Sorry. Sometimes I'll just put a lid on it to rush the browning of the meat. I'm going to put the camera down and work on it. I'm not going to add tomato paste, anything. I'm just going to add flour, my vegetables and flour. First the flour and then the vegetables. So it's just going to be like a type of gravy. Or slap joe without tomato, something like that. And I'm going to be light on the vegetables. You can add more if you want. But sometimes I just like to add a few vegetables, not a lot. But then I had to use a lot of meat. So that's the okay. So if you use a lot of vegetables, you may not need a lot of meat. And my meat is browning. But not quite. We are going to let that brown and start working on our dough. My son left his bowl here. I'm just going to wash it and put it away. We are going to get our cutting board, and I will need my roller, my rolling pin. Rolling pin. So we need this. What else do we need? I think that's pretty much it. I will need my plates here. And this one too. Hello, Daddy. I'm making egg roll. Are you going to help? So we have those plates that we are going to use, but we will start with this one. So let's work a little bit on this flour. believe my meat is calling for my name. Let's go check on the meat. Because I closed it, the browning, you can see how brown it is. So now we'll add flour to it. You still have some red here. That's the juice from the meat, and I don't want to dry it out, so I'll add flour to it. I have my flour here. Probably add 2 of that because the vegetables are frozen. They are going to get a little wet when I add it. So I need some extra flour to glue everything together. Now just cook it all up for about 30 seconds. And I'll add the vegetables to it and lower the heat. And I think what I will do is I will just stop the video here and start the second part, which will be to work on the dough. Now that we cook the flour a little bit, we can add the vegetables to it. And that's sorrel. If you don't have sorrel, you can use spinach. And I have green onion here. They both came from my garden, so pretty much free. And that's perennial onion. And this is perennial as well. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Well, I add about half of my bag in it. I only have this left. I think that's what I will do. Sorrel is kind of sour, keep that in mind. So you use the lot in whatever you are cooking, a little bit sour. And I'm just going to put them in my freezer here. And I can add a little bit salt. So the whole thing. And you can decrease the heat to medium, even lower than that, and just let everything cook together. I'll put it on 3, number 3, which is about 9 o'clock. And you can see it's very high in meat. That's why I need a lot of meat, because I'm not using a lot of vegetables. It has the sorrel. You can replace sorrel with spinach. And it has green onion. And the meat is about $1 a pound. The sorrel and spinach are free from the garden. The flour is $1.22 for 5-pound bag. And the 5-pound bag, you can see about 16 to 17 cups of flour. So that's just that. We have our porridge cooking here. I'm going to start working on the dough, and I'm going to end the video here and start part 2. Thank you for watching. Let's meet on part 2.